Welcome to another video. I have a great idea today. Now, I am starting, I have 8 more videos left for the Henry Stickmin franchise, and then I'm done. Now, this is part 1 of these 8 final videos, 7 of them being timelines. Now, you might be wondering, hey, what does that really mean? Well, what it means is pretty simple. Henry Stickmin has a multiverse, right? That's confirmed as like the secret ending thing for the game. They get when you have the multiversal correction thing. So I decided I'm gonna make a timeline thing of seeing how many possible timelines there are in the entire game. Now this is more than just how many fails and stuff, because some things you can click multiple times, different things happen. For example, lockpick. Now, part 1 is just gonna be me talking about breaking the bank. I'm gonna open up this game. In the meantime, I got a question that I got the idea from this card, the same one that I said last time, which is what is your favorite, I guess, metaphor? Like it's raining cats and dogs, or yeah, just I don't know, something like that. Like just favorite famous metaphor, or I guess just saying, like if you step on your back, if you step on a crack, you're gonna break your mom's back. Like what's your favorite saying like that? I am opening up the game right now. Wait, I will give you guys volume and the game in a second. Here we go. Part 1, baby. Now, I'm gonna look at this game. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this. I think I'll figure it out more as I go along. I think I am going to have a PowerPoint open, and I'm gonna write out my math here. Cause I'm not gonna use a calculator for it. I'm just gonna write it down. Here. Ooh, whoa! I did not mean to touch that. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Let's go this one. I don't know. It looks sick. What do we call it? The Henry Stickmin collection timeline. By dog. Yeah, B. All right. Just slide. Ooh, I love this little snowflake thing. The Henry Stickmin collection timeline. Now, breaking the bank. All right, so we're gonna go through this game, crack this code out. Right. First step, I do remember all the fails and everything from this game, and I'm not gonna count like how the games were previously, how some of them are different. And as you think guys go through the series with me, you will understand more of how I'm doing this. So, to start this off, we're gonna skip intro. So, what I'm going to do here is this is off a little bit. What I'm gonna do is so I explain it to you guys and write it down. Now, fail. So this is a success, and I'm not gonna, for the record, how the games were originally is not canon. How they read when they redid the games is canon. Now, I bet you're wondering like why is that important? The wrecking ball is why it's important. Because in the old version, the wrecking ball flew past the wall of the bank and landed on himself, and he died. The new timeline, this happens, right? He's in the wrecking ball still. This guy just says whatever. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Then he stops. Bat goes away. No construction scheduled for today. Now, that's where it's interesting, because technically, you could do all of these timelines, all these by himself, these 5, right? Because he dies in all of them. This he gets crushed. This he teleports in the wall. This he blows himself up. This he also blows himself up, right? This he blew himself up, right? I think he did. Like it fell and it hit that. Yeah. So he's dead there. So the timeline ends when either he dies or we make it through the entire thing. That's where the timeline's gonna end. And don't care. This one he dug into a gas tank, put out a lighter and died. So this is these 2 timelines, right? teleported. He teleported inside the wall, correct? Look, he teleported, and which he dies. There's no way of surviving that. He's gonna die. So I'm not gonna count that as him living because he's in the wall. He dies. Um, Laser. Doesn't the wall just fall on him? I won't be going through every fail for all the other games, but this one is simple. Open Sesame. So these four can be by themselves. The skies is the wind, so that can be by itself. So that with these five is one. It's all five timelines, right? Four of them he dies. One he keeps going. This one he survives. Now that you can't. He's not. He. We never see him just give up and whatever. Obviously he fails because you don't kill it. But theoretically, couldn't you do the wrecking ball and then the shovel? Like he's the wrecking ball. He gives like, oh okay, I can't do this, and then he goes to the shovel. I guess we don't. Um, Now that was something actually I was gonna say, but now that I think about it, we never see that either. So unless I count the wrecking ball fail itself as one, and then I can count everything, because I can't count everything with it and not count it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna count that as its own fail, and that's it. I've been thinking about this like all day about how that's gonna work, but yeah, I think that's how it's gonna work. So this, like I think I said it before, whenever I was gonna start this series, is this was probably gonna be the quickest video as I'm pretty much done. Um, he has the shovel, he dies, he dies, he dies, he dies, he fails. Um, and this one is well, he makes it. So that is all right. So we just got one. I'm sure right. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do this. So five fails, zero. Sorry, zero continuations. Which continuations is if like there. I'll explain what I'm gonna mean by that when I write that down. So continuation is like, oh, right here. Like if this one did count as I don't like the word continuation. Wait, that's not what that should mean. Zero. I'm trying to think of like if I counted this like oh, but he kept going though, and then it would like double everything else pretty much. From that point on, but like the lockpick, I can do that with once I get there. This one I can't. I always rate fails and successes since that doesn't matter here. So one suck. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this too. Success, 6 timelines. All right, that's what we got so far. That's pretty much gonna wrap up the video. Here, let's wrap it up right here with the disguise, as that's the winning one. How did we lose one?
How did we lose one? I think we should throw it in the back.
Just to be safe.
You ever wonder why there's a bank out here?
I do.
Well, I think it's supposed to be like more of a vault, you know? Oh, that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Can someone like explain that to me? Like I generally do not get it. Little beanbags. It begins. It's interesting how it's called breaking the bank instead of breaking into the bank. I don't know. It's just interesting. All right, let's bring you guys back in. So, that's it. That's all we got. That as far as we can make it for now. Now, I will see you guys next time for part two. Right? Part two will probably be in a week. Um, Not for me though. I'm speed running. I'm not actually speed running this series. I'm just gonna let it go on and make other videos while I'm doing it, so I'm not just like milking out Henry Stickmin. But my next video will be the part two. Then I'll have a few more videos come out, and then part three, and part four, then a few more, and then part five and six, and then I'll have a few more videos, and then, all right, maybe I'm milking this series out a little bit, but I think it's just interesting to know. Like, I'm curious, genuinely, as this is the farthest. Obviously, we only made it a little bit, but I'm curious on this where it's gonna go. So that is Henry Stickmin breaking the the Henry Stickmin collection, Breaking the Bank, Part One of the time of all possible timelines. That's the series name. I'm gonna make a playlist for anyone who wants to watch the series when I'm done with it or farther into it, and that's how I'm gonna name the playlist. No, I think I'll do. Maybe I'll do each video. We'll see. You'll see how I name it. Right. The name is like the title. Like you just move around your mouse, or if you're on your iPad or phone, just tap the screen. The little thing on the top. That's the title. I would. That's what I'm talking about. If you didn't know that, that's crazy. All right. Well, that's all I got. So, with that said, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Why? Because I already post, and I know you find me enjoyable. So, with that said, see you, pals.